through. And this is, again, when I brought up that consistency piece. You have to say what you mean and mean what you say. I can't tell you how many times, this like contract, this mini contract, is set with a parent that they said, great, if you do your homework, we can go get ice cream. And then they do their homework, but then the parent changes their mind. And they're like, oh, well, we'll go get it at some other time. Following through on what you say you're going to do is so significantly important. And not only for, changing behaviors at home, but also teaching our children to be reliable, and that we are reliable and that we stick to our word. Because if they learn that we say what we mean, that means that that's going to increase their compliance with our directions later as well. And again, this seems like a small thing, but it's all of these little small things that are going to add up in the long run. And when I said I was working as an independent consultant, just working with the parents, not having, a tech come in and work with the student and the child, but me working with the parents, and then the parent is in charge of doing all of it, which, that's our job as parents as well. But I saw way better changes in behavior than I did if there was a tech there, because the parents are learning how to do these small things. And really, they're also learning how to fit them into their daily routine and their daily schedule and keep them consistent, because consistency and following through are key. So just a reminder with the follow through, we don't want to change our mind on a reward. We don't want to offer something that we can't follow through on. And we don't want to threaten something that's not going to happen. That's probably the one that I have seen the most, is threatening something that is just, it's not going to happen. And trust me, kids learn that. And they learn when it's just an empty threat, basically. So one of the big ones I hear nowadays, because of all of the electronics that our kids have, are, I'm going to take your tablet away for a month. And when I hear that from a parent, I say, are you actually taking it away for the full month? And they say, oh no, maybe a couple days. I was like, okay, great. Let's just change what we say then. Just flip what we say a little bit. Not a big change, but a little bit. So instead of saying, I'm going to take your tablet away for a month, which, after hearing that a few times, your child is going to learn that, no, you're not. Say, great, your tablet is coming with me for the rest of the night. You can earn it back tomorrow, or, a couple days. Do whatever you're going to be able to do to stick with it. And again, all of these that we've gone over so far, these all have to work for you and your family and your schedule. And that's the really nice thing about all of these, is that they can all be individualized to you and your child and your family dynamics as a whole. Not one thing is going to work for everybody. I wish I could say I had that anecdote, that antidote that just says, here's the one thing you can do to just fix everything. But unfortunately, that's not how this is. And it's really about figuring out how you can make this work for you. My life is not the same as yours, and I fully acknowledge that. And so, that's why we have to figure out how to make it work for us. And so one of the other very, very important things, and this is a hard one. I fully acknowledge that, but I always like to bring it up, is data. We want to collect data because how do we know if what we're doing actually works? We don't. It's all just, we think it is. So the best thing you can do is just find ways, again, that you can fit taking data into your life. So, it may be easy to have like a whiteboard or a chalkboard or a paper to just take some notes on and data on. Or, in our life of technology, on our phones, we have plenty of sharing apps. So document sharing apps. So if you and your family as well would like to be able to share all of that and contribute openly and easily, your phone is a very good way to do that. Whether it's an already programmed app or whether it's just like a Google Doc or a Google Sheet, something you can easily share. And so this is one thing too that I really like. Once children get to a certain age, they can actually be a part of this too, and it's not all on the parents. It's not all on us anymore. We can start to shift some of this data responsibility to our children. And this is really great because this actually helps teach them self-awareness in their behaviors and what their routines are they what their goals are they making their goals, and also in responsibility. It keeps them accountable to somebody else other than themselves. They're not only responsible to themselves, but they're checking in, they're having follow-up meetings, and really establishing that self-awareness and the responsibility are very important. So I did want to go through just a couple examples that you could do at home, and kind of explain them and why we would use those.